Welcome. I'd like to call this January 11, 2016 council meeting to order. If you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I didn't mean to shove you so hard.
It's okay.
Okay.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Hilberg.
Here.
Colasar.
Here.
Lamb. Rose.
Here.
Shields.
Here.
Simpson.
Here.
Coin.
Here. Reading of the minutes,
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields.
I move that the minutes from the December 14th, December 22nd, and January 4th meetings be approved as submitted by the clerk.
Second.
Any discussion on the minutes? Will the clerk please call the roll on the approval of the minutes?
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Reports of standing committees. We have the Finance Committee, which met prior to the council meeting this evening, and will meet again 2 weeks from today, or from tomorrow, really, because I guess there's the holiday's next week, isn't it?
Monday.
On Monday. The Health, Safety, and Sanitation Committee, Mr. Colzar.
Thank you, Mr. Coyne. Nothing to report, nothing scheduled at the moment.
Thank you. The Public Properties Committee, Mr. Shields.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled, no report this evening.
The Special Legislation Committee, Mr. Lamb, he's not here. Streets and Sidewalks Committee, Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing to report, no meeting schedule.
The Water and Utilities Committee, Mr. Hilberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing to report, nothing scheduled.
And I could do this now. We're going to vote on it first, the committee, because we voted on it last time.
Can you do what?
Oh, we're just talking about the new committee here. I think I could do it now. It's on the ordinance this evening, but in the organizational meeting, we officially added it to the council agenda. So the new committee we have this evening is the Emerging Technologies Committee, which is Mr. Rose.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled, nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Request for council action. We have several items for the Finance Committee. We have 16001, Budget Amendment, 16002, bids for the Municipal Court scanning, 16003, Intensive Supervision Probation Grant Funding Increase, 16004, bids for the Sam Massey Park Playground Surfacing Project, 16005, payment to Medina County Park District for Trail Connector, 16006, final fiber payment to Medina County Commissioners, 16007, 2016 tax advances, and the last one is 16008, amending ordinance 5115. Reports of municipal officers. Mayor Hanwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to thank Main Street Medina for the excellent holiday season and the activities in our historic district. I've received many compliments on the decorations, the lights, and just the upkeep of the downtown, and what a great place it is during the Christmas time. I think we've all noticed we've had a mild winter here, save for last night and today. Our street staff have been using the days when plowing and salting was not required to review the numerous stormwater laterals in the city tree lawns for cracks and failures. This is something we generally don't have much time to do. Some are repaired by replacing broken pieces of pipe, and more minor leaks are repaired with actually grouting through the piping system. The sunken areas of the tree lawns have been a source of concern at a number of our resident ward meetings, and generally we've had little time to address these, so the mild winter has permitted us to make good use of that time when not working on the snow and ice issues. I was sent a letter and notified that a group called Working America Canvassing will be in our city from now until probably November due to the upcoming elections. It's a legislative and political advocacy as well as educational canvassing of residential areas in the city starting in January and going through the November elections. They will be canvassing from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the weekends. These activities are constitutionally protected under the First Amendment and do not require registering with the city for solicitor's permit or following our solicitor regulations, as they are not selling anything. Working America is a not-for-profit 501c5 labor organization affiliated with the AFL-CIO, and I share that with the council just in case you get constituent questions and/or for the general public that, you know, if you call us, you know, we can come out and make sure that the people aren't being rude or harassing or annoying, but they simply have a right to do this. And then last but not least, just kind of a update or forecast for the future is the Medina Ice Festival is scheduled for February 12th through 15th this year, which is President's Day weekend. It occurs from Friday through Monday, the Monday holiday, and the ice sculptures are supported by local businesses and ice carving demonstrations. And again, this is usually a great draw for the city. Thank you.
Mr. Durham, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's a couple things on the agenda that originated with finance the beginning of the year, things that we have to do. I'll comment on those when we get to them. I want to wish everyone Happy New Year and Councilman Colasar happy birthday.
Oh,
Great.
Mr. Huber,
Thanks,
Law
buddy.
Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Chief Berducci, Police Chief.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Thank you. Mrs. Marshall, Economic Development Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just one item to note. We did fill the Economic Development and Marketing Associate position. On January 4th, we hired Barbara Deser, and she started that day, and she comes with a wealth of economic development, workforce development experience, as well as real estate and marketing, and previously worked for City Hall, so I think all of you probably already know her. She's a welcome addition, so thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mendel, Planning and Community Development Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to remind the community about the Boards and Commissions meeting, which will be occurring this Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. here at City Hall. It'll just be Board of Zoning Appeals and Planning Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Painter, Fire Chief.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, Recreation Center Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Medina Rec wants to remind the community that our Medina Youth Basketball League practices officially started tonight and will be Monday through Friday, and the games will start Saturday and Sunday, January 23rd and 24th, and run through March 12th. We have 1,200 kids registered for the league this year, so I want to thank the patrons in advance for their patience and understanding during these extremely busy months. Also, if everything goes as planned, the 10 new additional handicap parking spaces will be constructed within the next 6 months, as the contract is slated to be completed by June 30th. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Worley, the Parks and Recreation Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just one quick announcement. The Medina City Parks Department will be hosting the 2016 All Sports Open House this Saturday, January 16th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Medina Community Recreation Center at 855 Weymouth Road. Players and parents can register for sports with various youth organizations, including Medina Youth Baseball, Medina Soccer, Medina Youth Gridiron Football, Medina Girls Softball, Medina Lacrosse, Medina Miracle League, as well as Medina Adult Softball. For more information, contact the Parks Department at 330-721-6950 or refer to the Parks Department tab on the City Medina website. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gladish, Building Official.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to say that 2015 was a very busy and productive year for the Community Development Department. The Building Department issued 1,089 construction permits in 2015. This is more than any of the prior 5 years. What this represents is $15.1 million of reinvestment by both the residents and the businesses back into the community. 2016 is expected to be even a better year. This ends my report.
Thank you. Mr. Patton, City Engineer.
Thank you. Update on a couple of our projects. Our Ryan Road project is back in action after the break they took for the holidays. Also this week, actually today, our contractor mobilized and started work on North Huntington. The section North Huntington between Homestead and Highland will be closed to through traffic for the next several months. It will be open to local residents, school buses, and emergency access only. And lastly, our project to the emergency connections with the Medina County water system. We have completed the first connection on Lake Road. Next week, the contractor will move and start work on the East Smith Road connection. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pacoli, Service Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. As the mayor reported, winter's arrived. I am happy to report, though, we did not have one single call out for November or December. Our first call out was after the New Year, so we've only been out twice, and it's been a great season so far. We had a few water breaks that the crews have worked, and it's always our intent to have least disruption, and we appreciate the patience of the customers. Thank you.
Thank you. Council approval of appointments. We have several members to add to the Charter Review Commission for a term expiring for 12/31/2020. We have Harvey Carter for Ward 1, Phoebe Simpson, Ward 2, Mike Hughes for Ward 3, Shirley Larrabee for Ward 4.
Bruce? Okay. Move to approve council appointments to the Charter Review Commission.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the addition of the Charter Review Commission?
Mr. President,
Mr. Simpson?
I will have to abstain since my lovely wife is representing Ward 2.
Okay. Any other council comments or discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Abstain?
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Motion passes 5 yeas, 1 abstention.
Okay, we have mayor's appointments for the Business Development Committee. We have Don Simmons for a term expiring 12/31/19.
Move to approve Don Simmons.
Second?
Any discussion on the appointment of Don Simmons to the Business Development Committee? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Utility Rate Review Committee, we have Jim Monahallen, Financial, for a term expiring 12/31/18. John Rakovic, I think I said that correct. Commercial for a term expiring 12/31/18. Dave Mueller, Industrial, for a term expiring 12/31/18. And Amy Higgins, a residential property renter, for a term expiring 12/31/18.
Move to approve the utility rate review members.
Second?
Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
The JED Board, we have John Coyne for a term expiring 12/31/19.
Move to approve John Coyne for the JED Board.
Second?
Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Notices, communications, and petitions. We have one liquor permit, not to object to the issuance of a new D1 permit to Fred W. Albrecht Grocery Company, doing business as Acme Fresh Market, northwest corner of High Point Drive and State Route 3.
Move not to object.
Second? Not to object?
Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Ordinance 1-6, I'm sorry. Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Unfinished business? There is none. Introduction of visitors. Members of the public will be permitted the opportunity to speak on any issue or concern which pertains to the city during the portion of the council agenda devoted to introduction of visitors. All comments shall be directed to the chair, and a reasonable time limit of approximately 5 minutes will be imposed. If there is a group, please appoint a spokesperson. Members should approach the front right microphone and state their name and address so it can be entered into the minutes. Members of the public will be afforded the opportunity to comment on other portions of the meeting as determined by the chair or by a vote of the majority of council members present. Is there anybody that wishes to address council at this time? Okay. Introduction and consideration of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 116, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a license agreement with P.J. Marley's Restaurant for the publicly owned, for the use of public-owned land on parcel number 028-19B 20136.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Mayor Hamwell? this you?
I can take this,
Oh.
Mr. President. Thank you. This is the continuation of a request from PJ Marley's at 119 West Liberty Street to use an area of approximately 300 square feet of city-owned property immediately to the west of the rear of their property for an outdoor dining deck. The ordinance has attached with it a draft license agreement, which the law directors drafted and has been provided to give the city greater control of the grounds in regards to PJ Marley's proposed and future activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mandel. Any other discussion or comment? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Hilberg,
Yes.
Colasar,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Ordinance 1-16 passes 6-0.
Resolution 2-16, a resolution authorizing an application for the state assistance from the State Capital Fund to assist with construction of the municipal courthouse expansion parking facility supporting the downtown strategic redevelopment plan.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the emergency clause and the resolution. Mrs. Marshall?
Thank you, Mr. President. The state legislature and the governor's office will begin looking at state capital budget and funding requests from all the communities around the state. And this request is for partial funding for the parking facility that would support the municipal courthouse expansion project and then also the downtown strategic redevelopment plan that was adopted by council in June of 2014. We are requesting the emergency clause as the information is due to the legislators by January 15th. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the resolution or the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call a roll on the emergency clause?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the resolution?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Resolution 2-16 passes 6-0.
Resolution 3-16, a resolution requesting the county auditor to make tax advances during the year 2016 pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 32134.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Durham.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is something, it's kind of a formality, but we have to formally request these advances each year so that the auditor can then pay us property taxes before the final settlement.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the resolution? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Resolution 3-16 passes 6-0.
Ordinance 4-16, an ordinance amending ordinance number 1802, passed February 11th, 2002, relative to miscellaneous processing fees for the Medina Community Recreation Center.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Wright?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a request for council to authorize the rec charge an administrative fee of $20 for patrons whose memberships are withdrawn by their own request or a third-party billing circumstance. These accounts require significant amount of time to process, and this fee will help defray those costs. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Clerk, please call the roll.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Ordinance 4-16 passes 6-0.
Ordinance 5-16, an ordinance amending Chapter 111, Section 11109 of the Rules of Council of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Medina, Ohio, relative to committees, designations, and appointments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the emergency clause and ordinance. I guess I could speak to this a little bit. The current rules of council provide for 6 separate committees to be formed by City Council. That is the Streets and Sidewalks Committee, Water and Utilities Committee, Finance Committee, Public Properties Committee, Special Legislation Committee, and Health, Safety, and Sanitation Committee. After discussing this and with Mr. Rose came up with the idea of adding what's called the Emerging Technologies Committee. And I guess, Mr. Rose, do you have any comments on the issues to be discussed with the emerging technologies?
A couple of things that we've discussed already, the mayor and I, include possibly the type of garbage truck we use as a possible technology, the various technologies we use to back up our data, transmit our data, work cooperatively with the county and the school district in using the IT departments. Drones was a topic that was brought up now since it's a new technology, and what we can do to protect our citizens and how it can be used. Those are the types of topics that we'll be discussing over the next several months to a year, and bring whatever needs to be brought before council at the appropriate time.
Yeah, and emergency technologies, as you mentioned, does not only include the computer or social media technologies, but any technologies through hardware, trucks, anything else that deals with different types of technologies that'll be coming into existence that we don't know about yet. So we appreciate you heading that up, and appreciate
Thank
the
you for the
idea
opportunity.
for forming this new committee on the rules of council. Is there any discussion? An emergency clause is for the purpose of we need to start this immediately, as we already have some ideas that need to come before the committee. Will the clerk please call the roll on the emergency clause?
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance?
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Ordinance 5-16 passes 6-0.
And finally, ordinance 6-16, an ordinance amending ordinance number 16515, passed December 22nd, 2015, amendments to the 2016 budget.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Durham?
I'll take
Or
this.
Mayor
I'll
Hamel?
take this one, Mr. Coyne. So the mayor's office receives annually a donation from a local resident who is very appreciative of the flower urns that we have adorning the downtown, and she makes this donation each year, and then we need to ask City Council to appropriate it into the fund that the flower urns come from. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion or comment? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Colasar.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hilberg.
Yes.
Ordinance 6-16 passes 6-0.
Council comments.
Mr. Coyne?
Mr. Simpson?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to wish my colleague a very happy birthday, and I hope all his wishes come true this year. Secondly, it's the last couple of days has proven that in Northeast Ohio we still can have a winter. I just ask everybody to be patient with the services that the city provides for you. As I've said several times, we've got the best city employees and staff, and we'd match them with anybody in the nation. But more importantly is when we get temperatures like we have now, just be kind and look out for those that are in need, your neighbors, if they're elderly. I keep reminding my neighbor to check on me if I don't. But no, just be kind and check on people in this harsh weather. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other additional council comments?
Mr. President?
Mr. Rose?
Tie in with Mr. Simpson's comments about the weather. This is wintertime. We probably will get a snow this year. And please remember to keep the fire hydrants free of snow. We had at least 2 incidents last year, or 1 or 2, where the fire hydrant was buried, and it did delay the application of water on the fire. So please do your neighborhood a favor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other additional council comments?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
I just want to wish Mr. Colasar happy birthday and thank him for spending his birthday with us this evening. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other additional council comments? Well, I have 2. Well, Mark, happy birthday, and I think, as you know, you're the youngest member of council. I think.
I like
still.
that. I like that.
We wish you a happy birthday. And the other comment I have would be this Wednesday at 5:30, there's going to be a council of the whole meeting. We're going to be here at downstairs in the multipurpose room to discuss the courthouse construction manager at risk discussion. We'll have a couple representatives from various construction companies to educate us on the construction manager at risk process and what that means. And I hope everybody can join for a lively discussion. That being all the council comments, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you.